to my channel and thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I hope that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss any new video from me, because I really do upload frequently on this channel. This video is going to be all about how to cover up your under eye dark circles and also color correction, because I often get questions from you guys and also from my friends asking what color correction really is. And for me, I feel like whenever I apply my foundation or my under eye concealer without first of all color correcting, at the end of my makeup, I always see my blemishes or even like my under eye dark circles peeking through my makeup. And you guys know, like when we apply our makeup, we want to achieve a flawless looking skin without anything peeking through our foundation or peeking through our makeup. So yes guys, and color correcting simply means like using an opposite color to neutralize dullness on the skin. If you're familiar with the color wheel, you know every color has a neutralizing color, a color that can counteract and neutralize it. So let's assume whatever it is you want to cover is red. You have to use a green concealer. Like I have this concealer palette right here. As you all can see, I have the green, I have pink, I have yellow, and then over here also I have this palette from Freedom Makeup, which is one of my all-time favorite concealer palettes. As you all can see, we have color correctors right here. So if you want to color correct, like let's assume you want to color correct something like a red spot or a red blemish, the best bet is to use a green color correcting concealer, because this will help neutralize the red. So also it's applicable to blue. If you have something like in the blue family you want to neutralize or color correct, the best bet is to use a yellow color correcting concealer. And then when it comes to covering up like dark circles or anything black, the best bet is to use a peach color correcting concealer or even orange. And also always bear in mind that when we talk about color correction, we also have at the back of our mind the saturation of the colors. If you're fair, you always want to use something that is also in the same saturation circle of your skin tone. You don't want to use, probably let's assume you want to cover something that is red. You don't want to go in with a dark green concealer, because it will definitely show up on your skin. It will always show through your concealer and you don't want that. So it all depends on the saturation of the colors. You either go light with the color or the deeper shade of the color. And let me just say that if you don't have anything like dullness of the skin, or you don't have anything like dark under eye circle, you don't need to color correct. Color correction is not for everyone. So many people use it even when they have a flawless looking skin, they still color correct, which I feel like it's not necessary, because color correcting is when you have like probably dark spots. And color correction is not just for the under eye circles. When you have like blemishes on your skin, or even veins, some people have like red veins on their skin, you can easily use a green color corrector to neutralize that color before going in with your foundation. So color correction is not just for the under eye dark circles. You can as well use it on your face to cover up your blemishes. And I think that is basically it guys. So if you guys want to see how I cover up my under eye dark circles to have this bright under eye, definitely continue to watch guys, and I will see you all in my next video very, very soon. So in order to save time, I've gone ahead to even out my skin tone using a foundation. And when it comes to covering up my under eye circles and also color correction, the very first thing I love to do is to use a primer. You can either use a primer or your moisturizer. Reason is because of this weather we have right now. You guys know we are in winter. Like the weather tends to dry out the skin, like make the skin look really, really flaky and dry. So I normally love to go in with a moisturizer on my under eye or an eye cream. And for the purpose of today's video, I'll be using my Neutrogena eye cream. And I love this eye cream a lot because it's moisturizing, and also it helps to hydrate the under eye. So if you're a woman of color and you're more like on the darker skin tone, I would advise you use probably like a darker shade of orange color corrector. And then if you're like my shade, you just use something in the, like, you know, orange peach family, and I love to use this particular color right here. This color, I love it so much, because like it's not too saturated, it's just, you know, the right amount of color, you know, that will just help to even out my skin and neutralize, you know, the dullness on my under eye. And when you're color correcting, you just want to place the color correcting concealer on the exact area you need to color correct. You don't need to apply it as if you're applying your concealer. So after you're done color correcting, the next step will be to go in with your concealer. And your concealer serves different purposes. It helps to, you know, to blend in the color corrector, and it also helps to highlight your under eye. And with the concealer, you don't necessarily need to just focus it on the under eye. You can, I love to bring down my concealer all the way down here, because, you know, it would also serve as a highlight. And also, once I apply my concealer, the next step will be to blend it. And I always love to go in immediately and blend my concealer, so it doesn't start, you know, looking patchy and probably just creasing on my face. I love to go in, and I love to use a damp beauty blender. You just wet the beauty blender, you know, squeeze out the water. You just need it damp. You don't need the water to be dripping out of the beauty blender. You just need to damp it. And I basically just start using it to blend out the color corrector and the concealer. I will do the same exact thing on the left side. So after that, the next thing will be to set the under eye area, you know, and also the highlighted areas. And this will also make sure everything is well locked in. So I love using a translucent powder. You can either use your translucent powder, and also you can either use a banana powder. But for today's video, I'll be using my banana powder. Reason is because I just love how this powder brightens my under eye. It doesn't make it too harsh. It just brightens it up, you know, without making it look too cakey or ashy. And to do that, I'll be using a makeup wedge. So after that, I just love to go in with a brush to dust off the excess. And while dusting it off, I don't like to just brush it off. I love to tap it. And by just tapping it, you know, you don't move the product. You simply continue pushing in the product into your skin while the excess of the product just falls off. So after that, the next and final step will be to go in with a setting powder to set the whole face. You know, it will help blend in the whole face and get rid of any harsh lines you might see on the face, you know, between the foundation and the areas where you highlighted. So I will go on and finish up the rest of my face, and I will be right back. And here is the finished look. So I was able to color correct, conceal, and brighten my under eye. And like I said, you know, when you have that dark under eye circles and bags, the best bet is to use a color correcting concealer first before going in with your actual concealer. Guys, that is basically it. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up, and also don't forget to click the subscribe button, because like I said, I always upload frequently on this channel. And till my next video, I will see you all very soon. You're the kind of guy